What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Today I want to talk about silver, but really quick, just in case you're new, make sure to subscribe for daily videos. Also subscribe to my second channel, which is my backup channel for exclusive silver content. And if you want to support the channel in the biggest possible way, please consider getting yourself some DYDSS merchandise, t-shirts and hoodies and a bunch of gear that's raising funds for different charity organizations. But today I want to talk about something regarding silver and the chance that we have as stackers that maybe non-stackers won't be able to potentially benefit from one day in the future. Now, the reason I want to talk about this today, what inspired today's video, is I've been getting a lot of comments and questions from people kind of focusing on the negatives, you know, the doom and gloom of, you know, stacking silver just in case something bad happens, but not a lot of people make videos talking about, you know, the upsides and the fun things and, you know, at the very least, something interesting or fun or exciting to think about, at the very least. So that's what I wanted to do in today's video, and pretty much what I want to talk about today is the chance that we have as silver stackers to one day, maybe, possibly, potentially, seeing silver do something big. And the reason I want to talk about this is because you always get those complainers out there, those people who, for whatever reason, claim to hate silver, yet they pop up in the comment section of every single one of my silver videos talking crap about silver. They probably think about silver more than I do, if you think about it. And a lot of people think it might be a waste of time, it might be a waste of money, it might be a waste of space, and I would normally refer to this as my argument, but it's not an argument because I'm not really willing to argue with people like that. However, the counterpoint that I would make, or that I'm hoping this video makes, is that at least with silver, we have a chance. You know, silver right now, it's very, very low. I think it's $14.99 as I'm filming this video. It's a little bit on the lower side. It's been in between 15, 16 bucks the last couple of months, and now it's a little bit below 15. And as I always say, anything below $20 is an opportunity, in my opinion. Not a financial advisor, so don't take anything I say as financial advice, obviously. This is just speculation and my personal opinion and a video talking about my own personal story. However, when it comes to the bank, just as an example, you know, what is the interest rate? It's like 1%, you know, over the course of 10 years. If you stick $1 in there, 10 years later, how much is that dollar going to be worth? Probably not much more than $1. And silver, on the other hand, I mean, it's very, very sporadic. It's not guaranteed or promised that we're going to see a small percent or a fraction of a percent, you know, gains over time or anything like that. However, you know, with the way things are going, with everything going, you know, electronic and the solar industry and so many other industries, you know, either booming or hopefully will be booming in the next couple of years or the next 5 to 10 years, I'm assuming silver could increase in value. I believe it will. I believe it might. I mean, don't hold me to that. But I think with the way things are going, silver is going to see some gains. Silver is going to increase in value. I mean, it's definitely possible. I mean, you know, it's possible, is what I'm trying to say. Unlike something else. You know, a lot of people say, oh, haha, you silver stackers think silver is going to increase in value one day. And, you know, the only thing I really have to say about that is it might not increase in value. It might stay exactly the same for the next 100 years. I don't know. It could. Or it could double, triple, quadruple in value. It could potentially skyrocket. And that's the word that we're all hanging on to. It could happen. It might happen. It's possible. And I think that these are really important words because unlike the dollar bill, you know, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but is there a possibility for this thing to skyrocket one day? Is this $1 bill one day going to be worth $2? Is this right here, is the 1 on it going to change into a 2? Are 2 zeros going to come after the 1? It's going to be a $100 bill? It's going to go from a $1 bill to a $100 bill? Is that possible? No, it's not. Not only is it unlikely, it's not possible. So, screw that, and let's talk about money. I have no interest in currency. I want to talk about money. So at the very least, silver could hold its value. I mean, all silver really has to do is hold its value for it to outperform the dollar. Silver doesn't really have to move much at all to outperform the dollar. I mean, the dollar is depreciating in value every day, every week, every month, every year. The dollar becomes weaker and weaker. It gets closer and closer to crumbling. It's diminishing. Its purchasing power is, I'm willing to bet, half of what it used to be. The purchasing power of a dollar bill is probably somewhere close to the 50-cent range. Silver, on the other hand, not only is it doing a good job holding its value, has the potential to increase in value over time, over the next couple of weeks, months, years, decades. I mean, obviously, most of you are familiar with my channel, I'm assuming. Most of you probably know I'm on the younger side. A lot of my viewers are in their 40s, 50s, maybe even 60s. I got a long way to go. You know, I don't even care if silver takes another 20, 30 years of being where it's at before it sees a little bit of a boom, if you know what I mean. I know a lot of people are kind of anxiously and eagerly waiting for it to do something any day now, but I, on the other hand, you know, I just got into this a little over a year ago, and I plan on staying in this for the next couple of decades. So that's just a little something that I've been thinking about. Been getting a lot of comments talking about, oh, well, what if this happens, or what if this happens, or silver's, you know, it's like a safety net just in case this, or, you know, in the event of this, or in case of an emergency. A lot of people talk about, you know, silver, and when they talk about silver, it's kind of like the doom and gloom. It's talking about, you know, all the worst possible scenarios, you know, the worst case scenarios, the worst things imaginable, you know, and how silver can be used to combat that. Where I, on the other hand, you know, yes, I do talk about that sometimes. Yes, I do think that way. However, you know, there's more to silver than just all that. I mean, it doesn't have to be all negative. It doesn't have to be just like a just in case type of thing. I mean, silver, I mean, I think it's fun to talk about. I think it's exciting to talk about, and I want to bring that back. I want to talk about and have conversations, which, by the way, any of you watching right now, if you have any comments or questions that you would like to ask, go ahead in the comment section. I'd be more than happy to dedicate an entire video to you and answering your question, or if there's something specific that maybe I'm unfamiliar with that you would like to talk to me about, maybe we could bounce a couple ideas off of each other. Just comment away. Maybe I'll do a little bit of independent research and I'll come up with, you know, enough information to make a whole separate video about it. It doesn't have to be silver, by the way. It could be about gold, maybe some other precious metals, or maybe even some industrial metals. So any ideas that you may have, any conversations that you would like to have, head on down to the comment section down below and ask or speak or type or whatever the word is away. I'd be more than happy to dedicate a video to you and answering your question. So that's pretty much what I want to talk about in today's video. At the very least, all silver needs to do is hold its value to outperform the dollar bill, and unlike the dollar bill, at the very least, we have a chance. At the very least, you know, the dollar bill, it's not going to do anything except go down. The dollar bill, you know, I promise you, there's no one out there stacking dollar bills with their fingers crossed hoping to see the day where the dollar bill skyrockets. It's not going to happen. There's no one doing that. There is no fiat stacking community. I mean, there might be people who, you know, collect old foreign paper dollars or whatever, but that's not what I'm talking about here. I'm talking about, you know, betting the bottom dollar. That might have been a strange metaphor talking about this. But anyway, if you guys enjoyed today's video, please hit that like button. If you guys like me, make sure to subscribe. New videos every single day, 365 days a year. Also, make sure to subscribe to my second channel. It's my backup channel, which I have for a reason. It's just in case. Link will be in the description. And if you want to support my channels and the content that I produce, please consider getting yourself some DYDSS merchandise. We got the t-shirts, we got the hoodies, we got a bunch of gear that's raising funds and awareness for different charity organizations. Any and all merchandise can be found by clicking the first link in the description section down below. Thank you in advance. It's more than appreciated. And I want you guys to let me know in the comments, what do you think of everything that I said in today's video? Is this the way that you typically think? Are you thinking about silver in the way that I'm thinking about silver? I try my absolute best to be as far outside the box as possible and hopefully, you know, spark something in different people's brains, get them thinking, get them talking, get a conversation going, because at the end of the day, That's what we got to be having more of. We got to be having more conversations. So once again, head on down to the comments and comment away. I will be reading and responding to every single comment, or at least trying to. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you tomorrow. And remember, don't you just stop smiling. Peace.